Hi, my name is Rasmus. I'm from Denmark, and I'm the captain of this vessel, which is called Sirius. The name Sirius is the brightest star in our constellation. Originally we bought the boat in Italy, and we did half a year spending some maintenance time on it, working and rearranging the front cabin. And from there on we went across the Med, across the Atlantic, through the Panama Canal, and now we're here in Panama on the Pacific side. We left Sardinia on September last year, so that's a year from now. We've been on the go. Before COVID, this boat was like a commune, so we had expeditions each second month. Some expeditions took part in 4 months' time. So what happens is that they get on the boat and we teach them how to sail, and we explore the countries we arrive in. And Mattis, my first mate, he's also a diving instructor, so we teach the guys on board to get diving lessons and certificates. And we have kayaks and surfboards as well, so it's like a commune and we have a great time. We arrived in Shelter Bay. We had the boat on the hard where we did some anti-fouling and maintenance, and then the initial plan was to go through the Panama Canal, head to Galapagos, and then straight onwards to French Polynesia. Yeah, unfortunately COVID happened, so the crew had to fly back home, and me and my first mate has been stuck here in quarantine for 156 days.
Wow.
And on Friday we've been in Panama for half a year, which were meant to be only 3 weeks, so that sucks big time.
Okay, now what do you do to pass the time in quarantine?
What do I do? So we went to Las Palmas for 3 weeks time, had a blast, and then we went back here, and since then we haven't done much. Doing some provisioning, doing basic maintenance, just passing time, playing backgammon, watching Netflix, hoping for the best.
Thank goodness for Netflix, right?
Yeah. So right now, before we can move anywhere, we need crew. So what we're hoping for is either Panama to open for flights, so they can fly in here. Otherwise, we hope for Costa Rica to open their borders, so we can sail up there, and hopefully the crew can fly to Costa Rica, and we can carry on towards French Polynesia. That's the plan.
Ooh, tell us what the good news we got today was here in Panama.
So great news today. So this is just in, for the past 5 months, we've only been alive to go out 2 times a week for 2 hours. But today, on Monday, they lifted those restrictions, so we are able to go out on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Wednesdays until Saturdays, you're right, till Saturdays till 7 p.m. So
Woo!
That's great, yeah.
No time restrictions
No
anymore.
time restrictions.
Yay.
It's gonna be awesome.
Ew. Good. Okay, thank you, Rasmus.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm George.
I'm Harriet.
Yeah, we're both from England. Sailed over from France on this boat, which is called Majahe. Yeah, we're employed on here, so it's not our boat, which is slightly different to a lot of the people.
She's a 58-foot Bermudan sloop.
Yeah.
First one of her kind. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So you get a few electrical issues that we've had to deal with, but that's all sorted now. Majahe, it's the first 2 letters of the owner's children. So Max, Julia, and Helena.
And you kind of sandwich them together. But we don't really know. We say like Majahe, Mayahe, Majuhi. I don't know.
Depends on the person that's saying
it depends.
Yeah, seeing as it's not a real word. We've been on the boat for 18 months. We started off in France, where the owner bought the boat, so we were cruising around the Mediterranean.
Across the Atlantic in November.
Yeah.
Been in Panama for 6 months, but we're both sailing instructors, so we learned how to sail in Cornwall in England, and then we were taking people on 6-week adventure trips sailing around the UK.
On this boat?
No, so with the sailing school.
So what's the purpose of this boat?
It's a pleasure boat for the owner. So he comes out and we sail him around, cook him food, make sure his drink's topped up, and then he goes home. Yeah, so we
haven't seen him since January.
Yeah, so we've been on the boat on our own pretty much all the year. Before that he spent maybe a month with us.
Nice.
The idea was that he wanted to sail around the world. Although he finds this boat a bit small because the toilet's a bit small for him. So he bought this one as a tester to see whether he wanted to do it. And we're now sailing this one back to the Med because of everything that's been going on. And we're selling this boat. I say we're going to deliver it to be sold, and then he's buying a bigger boat.
When are you're going back north through the canal then?
Yeah,
next Wednesday.
Week. So we got all the way, dipped our toes in the Pacific, and now we're going back.
And you're going to do the upwind sail across.
Oh yeah.
Really excited about that.
A nice little beat across the Caribbean Sea.
It's quite a strong current coming the other way, so the idea is we're going to go to Boca del Toro for a couple months, and then just before the trade winds start kicking in at the end of the year, we're going to go to Cartagena, work our way up to the headland, and basically in the shelter from the swell.
So yeah, hide around Colombia, and then hopefully hop straight across to the BVIs, and then
when the trade winds come more north, southwest. Our plan is to be back in Europe for March next year, giving us time to cross over from Bermuda.
And will you go on his next boat too?
Yeah. So we're with him for the next.
He's keeping us.
Next.
We're not that bad.
4 or 5 years.
Wow.
I think he's going to buy a catamaran. We think.
Gunboat 68 is the plan.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
It's flat and fast. He isn't too good on his
great.
feet, and he runs a very large business. So he needs to be able to get backwards and forwards. So getting across the oceans.
Also, our Atlantic crossing was awful. It was so rolly the entire way, just like this. So when your balance is already rubbish, like even to the toilet and back, it was really difficult. So I think a catamaran is the way to go. I'm very excited.
Nice.
Have a galley that's gonna be flat.
So how did you become to doing this kind of work? What motivated you?
Fed up with office life.
Yeah.
Sold everything I had. I wanted to go travelling, but I couldn't afford to really. So learned to sail. Got qualified. Instructed sailors in England for 2-3 years.
So you're a yacht master instructor.
Yeah.
With the RYA.
Yeah, exactly. And then did the celestial navigation stuff, which meant that I can professionally skip a boat like this.
We're real pirates.
Nice. So in 6 months you've been here, how are you passing your days?
Oh, Christ.
Like the rest of us.
Yeah. We've just started painting.
Yeah.
We're now doing an arts and crafts session each day.
When it's raining, we have movie days or arts and crafts day. I bake a lot of cake. I eat a lot of cake.
Started sewing, so I made these with the sewing machine. So I've been learning trades.
Oh,
Keeping busy.
nice.
Yeah.
Learning Spanish. Trying to learn Spanish. But they speak really quickly here in Panama. So I can cope with about 1 sentence and then But no, trying with that.
But mainly accepting boredom.
Yeah.
Being at one with it.
Yeah. Because the water, it'd be nice if we could swim. It's a pretty sweet deal that we've got, the fact that we're getting to live on here for...
We'll get to the French Polynesia one day.
Yeah.
We're so close.
Yeah, so we've had a year on this boat being paid rather than having to fund it ourselves. So my suggestion to anyone wanting to do that is go and learn to sail, get your qualifications and do it on someone else's boat.
Good. Well, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Have a good trip back.
Thank you.
Okay, Thorsten and Andrew are going to have a race. Water bike against dinghy paddling. Huh?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like I
Set! Go!
backfiring. Yeah, you can do it.
He's had lots of training. Thorsten, look at him go. It's when you don't have a motor to go the dinghy dock. And I think they're going to keep going because he's got his momentum up now. Okay, now they're going to switch. This should be good for a laugh. Water bike wins it each time. Malfunction. Paddle fell out.
You just tie it to your bridle, right? That's all that
Now we're gonna switch again, boats. This should be pretty exciting.
I have to go reverse. I can't go reverse because my power will just come out of the water. Yeah, that's a road.
Oh, Andrew's gonna pull him now. So you're gonna paddle and he's gonna pull?
Well, yeah. So, tug of war all the way to Rasmus's boat.
Yeah, Andrew pulls and he's gonna...
Where you want to attach it? At the loops in the end, or I guess I have to.
Okay, Rasmus, they're coming to your boat.
To that metal bar.
They're setting up the lines. It's too bad I can't follow along and film it. I need a driver. It might be pretty hilarious. It's gonna exhaust Andrew. How are you guys gonna do this?
He's gonna tie up to the bridle, and then we're gonna tug of war.
Okay, they're gonna do a tug of war. Boys will be boys.
Make it a bit shorter, so. Hey, you call it, Leanne.
You both ready? Ready, set, tug of war! Whoa! So far it looks like a draw. What? So the water bike kapooted. So now Thorsten's gonna have to tow Andrew back. Water bikes just totally erode. Well, now we have more wrong with these Schiller water bikes. Now it's our turn to be rescued. As if I haven't been rescued on my water bike before.
I'm going to tell you what happened on our tug of war. Something happened on the water bike and it stopped working properly, and this is what happened. The corrosion on this propeller has gone into the rod that turns the propeller, and it won't turn properly anymore. This corrosion here has worked its way inside the propeller shaft. There's a rod or a cable in there, and now it's so corroded it won't turn properly. More corrosion at this end, and the propeller is very stiff. See how it springs back? It's not supposed to do that.
So we have pontoons coming. We're thinking that maybe we better order some of these. And these are water bikes. This should not be happening.